Hey guys, yeah, we've had quite a bit of storm here in Melbourne. We got hit pretty hard. Now it's not an absolute unusual storm for Australia, but it is a very unusual storm for Melbourne because we got weather that's normally from Darwin or northern New South Wales, very tropical, and yeah, we got hit pretty hard. So there's going to be lots of chainsaws and things going on in the background. We had in our little estate, we had probably over 1,000 trees with major damage, as in like a large branch, and probably over 100 trees which are actually down, some on houses, some on fences. We had power outage for quite a while, so yeah, we're still recovering from all of that. We're not used to your wild weather, Northern Australia, so you know, yeah, you can have it back. We're used to being, dull and cold, and yeah. But anyway, look, on a lighter note, everything's all okay down here. Luckily, we didn't have any real serious damage. However, today I'm going to talk about coin stacking or copper stacking in Australia. Now, in America, I've seen some really good videos of some very, very interesting collections. People who have got a lot of copper coins, pennies, so to speak. They're still in circulation over there, whereas over here in Australia, even though we got I think we've got the heaviest coins and the largest coins in all of the world still in circulation, we don't have our 1 and 2 cent pieces anymore. So our 1 and 2 cent pieces, and I'm trying a little bit of a lighting situation. We normally have a very green tinge in this shed, which may change because I've got hail damage in our in the skylighting, so that may all have to change. I might get white laser lighting in there. Okay, so trying to get the lighting to give you a little bit more of a more accurate view. Okay, so yeah, a little bit of shadow. I've got to work on around that. So in Australia, we have 1 and 2. Well, we did have 1 and 2 cent pieces, and they're obsolete, but they're still technically legal tender. And I have a very lovely crew of ladies at one bank locally that ring me when they've got them, because they don't want to deal with them. They want them off the books. They don't want to have to count them every night. And I totally understand that. They can actually send them back to the mint, but there is a cost involved. You've got to get an armoured truck to come pick them up, which is, kind of standard. I mean, they get coins taken away and brought back all the time. Okay, so there are coin channels and TikTok channels and YouTube channels on what to search for and all these. Obviously, missing the SD, which is Stuart Devlin. That's one of the major ones. You will, well, not that you'll find one, but occasionally you'll get one with 2 queens head on it. For the 1s and 2s, very rare. Probably should be worth a lot more than what they are because of the rarity. And these are average condition, so they're all sorts of different states of decomposition, and the patina on some of these is beautiful. But like occasionally what I found is 1 or 2 coins, when you get a bag of coins from the bank, they'll turn out to have really nice, real nice condition on them, surfacing. They haven't quite got that patina yet. They're still look factory fresh, even though this one is 89, so what's that, 91? That's 11 plus 24, that's 35 years. Bit of quick maths there. Okay, so I probably, out of the two, I probably favour the 1 cent pieces simply because you find so many more different countries in there. I love collecting all the other countries. A couple of US cents so far, which don't get me excited as they used to. If they're a wheat, a 1 cent wheat coin, yeah, they do. But the one thing I really love is finding the New Zealand 1 cent piece. I believe it's a much better looking piece. Also much thinner. I'll just show you the difference between the two. The New Zealand one is on top. See how the plant shard or the blank is, the copper piece is actually much thinner. So weight wise, they don't weigh as much, but I just like them. They're just something about them. They're just a little bit prettier, I guess. All right, so that's basically what $1 looks like. So a $1 coin, you can actually get all of that. So, and This is what $2 looks like. That big pile of 2-cent pieces, 100 of them approximately, or should be. So that's $2. So you can see why we changed, because our pockets used to be very, very heavy. You come back from the milk bar with lots of those in your pocket. We didn't have a lot of respect for them, not realising they're 28% copper. Sorry, 98% copper. I think it's 1.5 of zinc and 5% of nickel, or all the other way around, I'm not too sure, but it's 98% copper. So that there is my preferred way and of stacking copper out of all the different ways. And now in this, yeah, we've got all of that is $23 worth. Now $23 comes up to a smidgen over 5 3/4. So every $4 is a kilo in 1 and 2 cent pieces in Australia. The 2 is exactly double the weight of the 1, so it's easy to weigh them up when they're mixed. So there we go. We have got nearly 6 kilos of copper. And what was it? Hang on. Maths again. Okay, so $20 is 5 kilos. 23, that's 5 point, yeah, so nearly 6 kilos of copper. And that cost me $23 at the bank to purchase. And not that we're allowed to scrap them in Australia, so don't get too excited, folks. If we were to scrap that, yeah, that's like 6 kilos. At the best you get is $10 a kilo. That's $60. So they're already worth almost 3 times their current prices. They were worth a bit more during the pandemic. Copper went up. So they were worth, about probably around about 3 times face value. Now on eBay you could get a lot more for those, because you know people do collect 1 and 2 cent pieces. Just, yeah, we're in a air lane, I think, a traffic lane for the airplanes. We get them occasionally. Okay, so with these particular ones, what you're doing is every time you get a coin, there's a premium. Now, someone, in our case, the Royal Australian Mint, went through and made sure that there was an exact amount of copper, made the blanks to exactly, very, very exact tolerances. And so when they come out, before they get worn and torn, before they get damaged and, greasy fingers all over them and all sorts of things, what happens is that they're a known quantity. Like, it was never ever worth anyone's while to counterfeit these. So I don't think you'll ever find any counterfeits, but unless you're talking about just blank copper just to go into a machine. But the thing is with these, you know what's in them. So when you're actually trading, like say, for example, you go to a farm or something and you want to give them something. I mean, these are already worth, 5-6 cents worth of copper. So they're already getting up there. All right. So with farmers, they tend to be a little bit more independent, and they love their silver. I can tell you now, they absolutely love their silver coins. But I might do a video on my silver collection later on. But this is not my whole collection. This is just one day where I get a phone call. This was yesterday, so it was actually quite a good little phone call. I was very excited to go and pick them up, even though I've been at Wreckers for most of the day. I was had to wash my hands 3 times to even look presentable to go down to the supermarket. Okay, so these, I just really like stacking these, all right? And when I say stack them, I don't stack them. I just put them into boxes. And the boxes I actually prefer are the hardware boxes that you buy nails and screws in. They seem to be the cheapest to get my hands on, and they stack really well, and they're quite strong for what they are. They're quite reusable as long as you're careful. They do crack, and you don't want to drop one from waist high because they will break. But I still haven't gone through these because they do take a while to go through all of those coins. But remember, every single one of those coins is a slight premium on. So, I mean, I wouldn't, even though that's 5 cents worth of copper, that's got to be worth, closer to 10 cents by the time you actually add a premium. And I'm not saying you should ever double a coin for its premium. I'm just saying it's a very small value on top of it. Like for gold coins, it might be $50. You add on to say a $300 or $700 coin for the premium value of it. It's actually, you know, more than its scrap value. So this is for its bullion, it's definitely worth more in bullion than scrap, because scrap, yeah, that's worth what, 5 cents, and bullion, that's worth a bit more. That's per coin. And so when you're looking at how many there are, the only way I could work that out is weigh each ones and twos separately to work out how many coins they are. But they certainly add up. They are very, very heavy. They add up very, very quickly. I've probably got around about 100 kilos of these little buggers. And yeah, you know what? They're going to come in handy one day. I'm not sure exactly when, but for $23, that's a heck of a good investment, I believe. So, I mean, I've already doubled my value minimum in the copper bullion alone. I'm thinking I'll probably triple my value. But as I said, if I sold them on eBay, I would definitely get a lot more than that. It depends on who buys them, how I market them, how I take photos of them, which way I would sell them off, as in like in small groups, large groups. Obviously, the more you sell at once, the cheaper it becomes per coin, the better deal you get. But a lot of people will only sell very small amounts of these at each time. You get the most value per coin that way. Oh, there's a lot of muck around with postage and feedback and all of that. But hey, I'm not an eBayer, as in I buy a lot of stuff on eBay, but I don't sell anything on eBay. It's just problematic. I much prefer the trade, the barter. And yeah, I'll take this sort of stuff over cash any day, because it means I no longer have to go and find this and buy it. Guys, if you're interested in knowing or seeing more on the copper bullion side of things, drop a comment. By all means, the American content out there. And look, you know, there's quite a few... Look, the English guys, they've got some really good scrapping channels as well. I've got to say, they're very intense, not in volume, but in making. They're very, very frugal, I found. They're very smart. They're very savvy on making the best of what they've got. I don't know whether that's a post-World War II thing. It's a generational thing. In Australia, we're very good at fixing things with whatever we got at hand, because we were quite sparse. We're now well and truly a westernised country. In fact, a lot of our regional areas, when you're driving through, you'd swear you're in regional America half the time. It's very generic in a lot of ways. I think the accent's definitely what is the difference, and the Americans love our accent for some reason. Yeah, there you go. I don't feel like I've got an accent, but I get told I absolutely certainly do when I play the Xbox. Yeah, there's just on that, there's a really, really good update come out on the a Xbox game called it's actually a cross-platform game. It's called Crossout. It was a Russian thing where you got cars, post-apocalyptic style, where you put them together like Lego in your garage and mount machine guns, but then you play with what you build. And for any of those scrappers out there, it's actually a very, very interesting game where you just put it together with whatever you can buy off the marketplace or win in battle. You chuck it together, and whatever you do with the build, everything about that build, it actually matters in the game. Like how you build it, whether at the center of gravity, what guns you got, how many radiators you got cooling down the machine guns, for how long they can fire, or how quickly they cool down. Everything matters. Like where you mount your wheels in the vehicle, it matters. It actually affects your gameplay. It's a brilliant game. It's now got money behind it. It's now quite popular. It's my go-to game when I just get frustrated and I want to just blow something up. I don't know how I drifted onto this subject, but yeah, if you ever get a chance, go check out Crossout on Xbox, PlayStation, probably on Steam as well. But it's a good one for scrappers, I found, because a lot of scrappers I know play it because they just love the ability. You got to literally scrap parts to get more scrap, to build more parts, and it's cool. I'm sorry, I just get excited about it. It's a good little game. I've been playing for quite a few years, and there's a marketplace. It's as far as I know, it's the first and only Xbox game where you can trade with other players. Microsoft really don't like that, but they don't like that happening in anything. But this, it's indirect, so you don't get a lot of control over who you deal with or but you do control prices, what you sell for, and you only buy what you want. So when it comes to trading and things, it's similar. It's a long line, and you know what? If you guys want me to, drop a comment and I'll do a review on that show. But anyway, getting back to what I'm supposed to be talking about. Yeah, good old ADHD. All right, so look at all this stuff, right? Like literally, there is weight. There is half a kilo. There is actually there's between, well, each of these bags weigh between 519 grams up to 522 grams. So each of these bags, $2 worth, so 100 of them. Each of them is half a kilo or just over. So there's some real weight in those. Like, you know, that adds up. So if you're going to collect 1 and 2 cent pieces, you can still get your hands on them for face value. You really need to do some legwork and have a chat. And look, guys, if you're dealing with bank staff, be polite, understand that it's their job. They're going to deal with people all day long. Don't get nasty, angry, short. You just got to be polite. You got to be really, really nice, because at the end of the day, they're in charge. And if they decide that they don't like you for whatever reason, they're not going to go out of their way and put these aside for you. I'm lucky enough where I've got a few people doing it for me, but I've been doing this for years. People know that I collect these things. But yeah, if you could be lucky, the more regional you are in Australia, the more likely the bank's got some, because they really don't want to spend money on sending these back to the mint where they're just going to melt them down and turn them into $1 and $2 coins. They just got to add a little bit of aluminium to the mix and to make them $1 and $2 coins. Anyway, so I'm getting off the subject again. Okay, so guys, I have got thousands and thousands of these little buggers, and one day I'm actually going to go through and look for rarities, but I've got so many, by the time I actually just separate them into 1 and 2 cent pieces, I literally haven't got time to go through. I probably have got rare coins, as in like error coins in there. The only thing I really separate is the different countries. The Canadian ones, they're actually quite nice too. I forgot to mention those. They're a really good one. And yeah, Australia, New Zealand and Canada, we're all slightly different flavours, but yeah, we're all a little bit different, guys. And the coins are very, very similar since we're British Commonwealth. And I'd actually find pence, I think they call them now. I actually find English stuff occasionally as well in this lot. I don't know what I'll find in this actual particular one, but the 2 cent pieces, the only other countries, you do get New Zealand 2 cent pieces. You get a few of the islands around here. Offhand, I can't think. Fiji is probably the most common one we get. But we do get a few others. But okay, guys, I hope that was kind of informative, and it gives you a really good look at what 1 and 2 cent pieces are like. Okay, just give you a final shot of this lot. And yeah, look, it's not the best. I mean, you got the oxidization. Oh no, what is that? That is, oh, you know what? That could be gum and fluff, pocket fluff, all sorts of things. But yeah, they need a good working over. The best way to store these, you don't clean coins when you first get them, just in case they're a rare one. If you clean it, you're probably going to half its value. What you want to do is, probably the only thing I do for storing is a light oil. Now, I don't know, I could get absolutely roasted in the comments on that, but for my bullion coins, I just put a little bit of canola oil, just a spray can of canola oil on them, and they seem to keep without oxidizing. Because when you're talking about bullion coins, that's all you're really worried about is the oxidization, because you should have already gone through and got rarities out, and as you get better and better at identifying them, you might go back through and go, oh my god, I actually left rare ones in there, I just didn't know. We're always finding different errors. It's still a very live hobby. I can tell you now, it's way more popular than stamp collecting is now. But stamp collecting back in the day, whoa, that was something that every second household had a big stamp collection, but that didn't last too long. But these things do, because there's actual value in these. It's not like it's a bit of paper. There's actually value in the metal. All right, guys, signing off now. And yeah, I will probably do, if I get a chance, I might do another video later on this week. You guys, thank you very much for sticking by me, supporting me. I've got to say, when I first started this, I just did this for, you know, to let a few friends and family know about a few things I'm up to. But turns out that, yeah, look, I might have found a little niche that you guys like. But by all means, please, in the comments, let me know if there's something you want to see, because, you know, I'm still trying to work out where I'm going with this channel and what I want to cover. But the basically the bartering and self-sufficiency, that's definitely a core thing. And yeah, all right, drop us a comment, please. Let us know what you think. Give us a like. And if you wouldn't mind, you know what, I wasn't ever going to ask this, but you know what, why not? If you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be fantastic. It actually helps me out big time, apparently. So yeah, but only if you feel like it, guys. I'm not too stressed. I mean, I'm not doing this for the popularity, or God forbid one day I even get a little bit of money off Google, who knows. But what I'm trying to do is just, the main thing is share information and just increase my network of bartering. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, talk soon.